BMW X1 E84 2013 car. The problem with this car is that while driving on the highway, the electric power steering suddenly gets jammed and the steering wheel cannot be turned and steering wheel warning light on. Even though I turn the steering wheel, the car's engine stops starting. After turning off the car's engine and starting it again, the electric power steering wheel can be turned freely. This video is to solve this problem of BMW X1 car. Now I'm going inside the car to check it out. To show you, I inserted the smart fob key into the ignition key switch, pressed the stop-start button, and turned the ignition switch to the on position. Now I started the car engine. Look, after starting, the steering wheel is very jammed and cannot be turned in any direction. The steering wheel warning light is on, the dashboard meter is on. Look, I'm trying to turn the steering wheel, but the steering wheel is completely stiff and can't be turned left or right. But I am testing the car in the parking position, so the car engine is not turned off. The problem with the car is that when the steering wheel gets jammed like this while it is running, the engine stops when the car is turned to the right or left. Now I will restart the car and test it. After restarting the car, you will see that the steering wheel warning light is now on in the dashboard meter. Now the steering wheel is free and can be turned very easily to the right and left. What is the problem that causes the electric power steering wheel to jam and the steering wheel warning light to come on? So first I will check with the scan computer. What fault code is there? I turned the ignition switch to the on position to check with the scan computer. Now I will click on the electric power steering. Press enter and click read fault code. Number 1. The D507 EPS, electronic power steering, PT CAN communication error fault code on your BMW indicates a communication problem between the electronic power steering, EPS, system control unit and other control units in the vehicle via the PT CAN. Common symptoms: the power steering warning light will illuminate on your dashboard. As the power steering fails, the steering may become heavy, especially at low speeds. The second code, diagnostic trouble code, DTC 63F5, specifically points to a problem you are experiencing with your electronic power steering, EPS. Reduced servo power due to low supply voltage. This code confirms your suspicion that the EPS system is not receiving the required voltage. Code number 2, common symptoms: weak or failing battery, charging system issues, faulty wiring or fuse, EPS unit malfunction. But I have checked the fuses, wiring connections, positive supply voltage, and battery voltage of this car, and everything is fine. There is no problem. To solve this problem, you need to open the electric power steering control unit. This type of problem in BMW E84 cars is usually the EPS control unit. To open the EPS control unit, first remove the battery negative terminal. I removed the battery negative terminal. The EPS control unit is fixed together with the electric power steering rack of the BMW E84. Now I will remove the electric power steering rack. I will remove the wiring sockets from the electric power steering control unit. To remove the electric power steering, you must remove and separate the steering coupling joint assembly. The steering rack is attached to the coupling joint. I took the steering coupling joint apart and removed it. Now I will remove the electric power steering rack. Repair the electric power steering control unit if you can. The owner of this car will not repair the electric power steering control unit. So you will have to bring another second-hand electric power steering rack. Remember that if you change the electric steering, you will have to code it with a scan computer. If it is second-hand, then many times coding is not necessary. Another identical second-hand original electric power steering has been purchased for this car. If you change the steering rack, be sure to check the part number of the steering rack. You need to see if the part number of the old and new steering rack is the same. The BMW E84 electric power steering part number is right here. This is the starting rack part number. Now I will install the car's electric power steering rack.
Oke.
The car's steering rack has been installed. Now I will attach the steering wheel coupling joint assay to the steering rack. I have installed the steering coupling joint assay. Now tighten the coupling joint assay screw so that the coupling does not loosen. Another identical second-hand original electric power steering has been purchased for this car. Now I will install the negative terminal of the car battery. The battery negative terminal has been installed. Now I will go inside the car and clear the fault code with the scan computer. Do I need to do coding or not? I turned the ignition switch to the on position. First, we will check with the scan computer whether there is an electric power steering fault code or not. Whether the EPS fault code has been automatically cleared or not. If the fault code is cleared, then no further coding is required. Now I will click EPS electric power steering. Click read fault code to see if there are any fault codes. See no fault code, so there is no need to clear the fault code and therefore no need to coding. If there is a fault code and the fault code cannot be checked, then definitely do the coding. It may also be that the computer scan may show that coding is required, then do the coding. Now I will start the car engine and check to see if the electric power steering warning light has gone out. Look, there is no more warning light now. After starting the car engine, the EPS warning light no longer comes on. Now I will check the car to see if the steering wheel can be turned, or if the steering wheel jams when turning. I selected the gear shift position D to drive the car. Look, the steering wheel can be turned without any problems. Now you can turn the steering wheel freely while driving. Now the EPS warning light does not come on while driving. EPS electric power steering does not jam while driving the car. Now there is no more problem. If you have any problem understanding anything after watching the video, please comment. I sincerely congratulate you on behalf of this channel for watching the video.